Good morning, happy Friday, and happy day 19 to all of my fellow challengers. Can you believe we're here? Out of the 21 days, 15 of those days were intended for workouts, and today is day 15 of that. So outstanding, you guys have made it. This is your final workout of the entire series. You'll have 2 more days just to stay active, stay focused on your nutrition, and accountable to yourselves. I, of course, will continue with the posts over the weekend just to help give you a little bit of inspiration and motivation to finish this challenge out strong. Today we will finish with a strengthening and recovery yoga practice. So you will need your mat, a water, and I highly recommend having a towel of some sort. You don't need a huge towel, maybe just like a dish towel for a couple of our poses that have binds into them, just because not everybody's flexibility will allow you to bring your arms over your head or whatever. So this is going to be really helpful. I will let you know when the time is to bring those in. Go ahead and just take a couple of minutes, find your area, light a candle, turn on some music, or don't light a candle, put on some rock music, whatever it is that you do to start your morning and your moving meditations. This is all about you and what makes you inspired and what best motivates you to start your day while you are exercising. I currently, softly in the background, I do have an Anytime Fitness Spotify channel on. Literally, if you just go to Spotify, you could type Anytime Fitness Yoga and they have a whole station. It's just kind of got a cool groovy beat. That's what I've got on in the background here. So you do you, figure out what works for you and your motivation, and we will get started with our yoga practice. We'll have a few variations within the series today. Just trying to shake it up. You guys are strong. You've been working out for 3 weeks. I know you can do a little bit more. So I'm going to push you in a couple of different poses today, but we'll have fun and practice. Also, for some of the Standing Balance series, feel free to do this near a kitchen counter or a chair, something that you can leverage yourself for balance for like the single leg poses. So know that you can modify anything that we're doing here. All right, about 15 more seconds and we will get this practice started today. I'm so proud of everyone for sticking with me for 3 weeks. Can't believe it's already over. What am I going to do at 8:15 every morning moving forward? Might just have to have coffee. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to have you come, bring your feet together onto your mat. Stand nice and tall. You want your glute muscles tucked, your legs are squeezing together, shoulders are down and back. Tuck those ribs so that even though you're standing tall and proud, your chest isn't sticking out. It's nice and level on the inside. Take a big breath in here. Bring your hands to heart center. I just want you to take a moment and close your eyes and just take stock in everything that's going on around you. What do you hear? What do you see? What are the distractions? Let it all go. Just take a breath here and focus on your breathing. Focus on staying in the next 30 minutes present in your movement. Focus on the moving meditation. Set your intention for what you would like to get out of this workout today. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. And let's begin. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to swan dive, forward bend. Inhale, hands to shin. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, step it back to high plank. Exhale, lowering it through chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale, walk or jump your feet forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back down. These are our sun salutations. Inhale, hands to shin, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, step out to a high plank. Exhale, lower it down through chaturanga. Inhale, press up to upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, walk or jump your feet forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up. We'll do this 2 more times. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. This is just warming everything in the body up, getting ready for practice. Exhale, forward. Inhale, step it back to high plank. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, press up into upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Exhale, back into downward dog. Inhale, walk or jump your feet up toward your hands. Exhale, let it go, forward bend. Inhale, big breath, arms up. One more time through. Exhale, forward bend down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. These should start to feel a little easier. Inhale, hands to high plank. Exhale, lower it down through chaturanga. Inhale, press to upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under to downward dog. Inhale, walk or jump your feet up toward your hands. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll go into chair pose next. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, open them out to the side, swing them around, and sit down into your chair. Arms are going to come up so your biceps are in line with your ears, taking your gaze forward, and hold the pose here. Let's add a rotation on the next breath. So inhale, rotate it open to the side. Exhale, hands through prayer coming up to the center. Inhale, bend and rotate. Exhale, coming up. And continue on your own breath pace here. On your next inhalation, you're going to come back to center, hands to heart center. And everyone together, inhale, arms up, keeping your hands in prayer, interlacing your thumbs. Take a big breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to go into half moon, side bend. Focus on keeping your hips and your shoulders square to the front. Your biceps are in line with your ear, and your chin is slightly lifted. No crunching those chins down. You want to open passageway for air. Pressing your hip away, stretching, go down a little more. With each exhalation, bend over just a little more. Inhale back to center. Now come up. Exhale, other side. Check your form. Make sure your hips and shoulders are square, bringing that left shoulder forward, right hip forward. Adjusting your alignment, all while you're stretching. In opposition, take it a little further. Inhale up. This time we're going to go to a subtle back bend. Exhale, drop your head. Squeezing your glute muscles and your core for support. Lean back. Go back a little bit further. When you can't go any further, squeeze everything and hold. Continue your breathing. Inhale up. Exhale, we'll take a forward bend here. Swan dive those hands down. We're reversing the curve on your back. So put a small bend in your knees as you go all the way down. You can take a couple of deep squats here. It's still early in our practice. We really want to loosen that spine up. You can press your one knee at a time. Just shake your head out here. And then on your next inhalation, take your hands, place them underneath your heels. And we're going to fold ourselves into a little sandwich. So pull on your heels, squeezing, pulling, 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 making like the biggest bicep flex you can imagine right now, all while trying to straighten your legs. Let your head go, folding your face down toward your shins. Continue to pull and straighten, pull, and release. Inhale back up, arms together. Arms down at your side. Excellent. We'll go into our warrior series next, moving through our full asana here. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, step it back to high plank. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, press to upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Exhale, press to downward dog. Now take your right leg. Take it and extend it up toward the ceiling. Hold it for a breath cycle here. And on your next inhalation, you're gonna step that foot all the way forward in between your hands. Come into a deep lunge, bringing your arms up at the side of your ears. Take a moment to readjust. I know it's not everybody can step in and out of poses as fluidly. Work on your own pace. This is a yoga practice. Focus on just taking the deep lunge here, sitting down into it ever so slightly more with each breath. On your next breath, we're going to rotate open, taking your back foot, turning it so that your heel is now perpendicular and your both heels are in one line. Taking your arms to the side, sit down into that lunge. Taking your gaze out over your middle finger here, looking straight forward. Take your front hand, turn it palm facing up, and extend it up, reaching toward the sky, feeling that big chest opener. Your entire torso should be lengthening here. Take our extended warrior. On your next exhalation, bring your arms back through warrior two. Turn your back foot or step it forward. Come back through warrior one here. And we're gonna fold your hands down, come to the ground, step back through high plank. We're going to transition to the other side. Lower through chaturanga. Press to upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Back into downward dog. This time take your left foot, extend it up into three-legged dog. Hold here for a breath cycle. And then step your foot in between your hands. Take a moment, readjust, come into your pose, take that deep lunge here, inhaling, arms come up to the side. Holding warrior one. On your next exhalation, we're going to rotate into Warrior Two, realigning your heels. Your back foot is perpendicular to the front. Both heels are aligned. Your hips are open, and your torso is sideways. Sit into that deep lunge. Now it's easy to lean forward here, so readjust that chest. Feel like there's a string lifting, keeping you nice and supported. Turning your front hand, palm up, reaching up to the sky for extended angle. Now exhale your arms back through Warrior Two. Pivot or just turn your back foot. Take that Warrior One lunge one more time. Straighten the legs, hands down toward the ground. Step back into high plank. Lower down through Chaturanga. Press into upward facing dog. Curl the toes under into downward dog. Walk or jump your feet up toward your hands. Exhale, forward bend here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to go into our standing balance series. So if you do have a chair or any props nearby that you need to grab, this is the time to do it. We'll be starting with standing head to knee. So for this pose, you're going to find stabilization on your left leg to start. Basically, plant that foot into the ground. Stand nice and tall. Squeezing the glutes and the quadricep muscles to pull the leg up, giving you a really strong foundation. Now take your right knee, bend it, and lift it up. Find your balance here. You can choose to hold the pose here and just focus on the balance. The benefits of your stabilization muscles, everything in your core and your legs is activated right now just to balance. So you will continue to reap all of the benefits of the pose starting from here throughout anything moving forward. So to progress, you can round your back and reach for your knee, your shin, or if you can, you're going to interlace your fingers underneath your foot. This is the foundation for standing head to knee. Take a deep breath in here. Make sure that that supportive leg is solid like a lamppost. No wobbly tree branches flowing. We want it nice and strong for our foundation. Now, if you can balance here, then go ahead and kick into your hand and extend that foot forward. We'll hold this for a few breaths here. Now, while you are doing this, if I were to have a chair next to me, I could still move through the pose by holding onto the side of a chair, putting a towel around my foot, or just holding the outside of my foot, kicking my hand into it, and still balancing here. Find which variation suits you today. And then we'll exhale, reverse the same way we went in. Shift your weight, and let's change sides. Placing your right foot into the ground, really almost fanning those toes out to create a nice gripping. Squeezing the quadricep and the glute muscles up. Lifting the knee, giving you a really strong foundation. Left knee up. And then round down, grabbing either a hold of your knee, your shin, or interlacing your hands below your foot. Find your balance here. Take a couple of breaths first. And then on your next breath, go ahead and begin to kick out into your foot. If you're comfortable with your leg fully extended, continuing to kick through your heel, then you can bend your hands and aim to bring your forehead to your knee. progress on your own pace. Listen to your bodies. Let's reverse the same way we went in. Place your hands on your lower back. Give yourself a gentle back bend just to counter that stretch. Coming back up. And we're going to go into standing bow pose next. Some people also know this is dancer, so let's get right into it. You're going to take your right arm, place it in front of you, palm up. Turn that hand out to the side and drop it down. Now kick your foot back towards your butt. Grab a hold of the inside of your ankle, pressing your knee down, hip forward. Again, hold on to something for balance if you need the additional stability. From here, you're going to either stay holding on, or if you're comfortable, lift your arm up over your head and kick into your hand. So the object of this pose is kicking and stretching in equal parts. So the more you kick into your hand, the more you stretch forward, it will bring your torso down parallel. Eventually, your toes coming up over the head, creating a standing human bow. Continue to kick and stretch. If you fall out, it's okay. Just get right back into it. Keep going. Push yourself a little further, and come up. Arms down to the side. Find your balance. Take a breath. And let's do the other side. Find something for balance, or just use your stabilization muscles to find your center here. Left arm, palm up forward. Open it out to the side. Drop that hand down. Grab the inside of the left ankle. Bring those hips forward. Knee is pushing down toward the ground. Inhale your opposite arm up. And exhale, kick into your hand and reach forward, creating your standing human bow here. Really kick, kick, kick through the hand. Continue to push and stretch in equal parts. It doesn't matter how far you go. If you are kicking and stretching equally, it will help keep you balanced. It's like a teeter-totter. Two weights are equal on it, they'll balance perfectly. Alternatively, if you put an adult on it and they slam down with a tiny little kid on the other side, you just created a launch pad. Whoop. If you fall out, come right back in. I created a launch pad. Here we go. Couple more breaths here. Happens all the time. Couple more breaths. There we go. And exhale the way you came in. Arms down to the side. Going into tree next. So for tree, you're going to take your ankle, your foot, and bring it to your ankle. This is going to be your starting position. As you progress through your own balance and flexibility, you can continue to bring your foot up either to the inside of the knee, placing the base of the foot against the leg. The base of the foot could come to the inside of the thigh here. Or if you're super bendy and can bring the foot into the crease of the hip in front, go ahead and take your foot there. Feel free to hold onto the base of the foot for support. Now from here, square your hips off, pressing that knee down, pressing the hips forward. It's almost as if you had a tray balanced on the side of your hips here that was holding water. You don't want to spill any water, so keep that nice and level. You don't want it to tip forward or back. No water splashing around. And then bring your hands to heart center if you can find your balance. Exhale, release. Arms back to the side. We're going to go into it on the other side. Bringing your left foot up this time, finding where you are comfortable to balance. I'll show it this time, just pressing my inside of my foot into the thigh. Find your balance here, hands to heart center, chest is lifted, but those ribs are still tucked and hidden. Shoulder blades are sliding back into your back pockets. Stand in your proud tree pose. You guys all look beautiful doing this. I know I can't see you on your cameras because you're in the privacy of your own home, but I know you all look amazing right now. And go ahead and exhale, release down. From here, we are going to take our standing series and moving it toward the ground. So I want you to take a staggered stance, about 2 foot in front of your feet. Whatever you're comfortable. If you were going to go into a lunge to bend down, that's about the distance you want in between your feet. So for me, it's about 2.5 feet. From here, you're going to inhale your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And then we're going to lower all the way down to the ground, bringing your knee onto the ground. So you have 1 foot in front, 1 knee on the ground. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to rotate so that your elbow is on the outside of the knee, taking this into a twisted prayer pose. On your next inhalation, you're going to untwist, place your hands onto the ground. Bring your other knee back, curl the toes under, press up into downward dog. On your next exhalation, drop those knees back to tabletop. This time, bring your opposite leg forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands under prayer at heart center. Take another breath in. Exhale, twist in the opposite direction. On your next inhalation, come square, bring your hands on the mat in front of you, curl the toe under, step back into downward dog. On your next inhalation, drop down to your knees. We're going to come to a seated position here. And we're going to go into a floor bridge next. So what this is going to look like is you're laying on your back. Both knees are up, feet are pressed into the ground. You're going to keep your arms down at your side. Inhale, press your lower back into the ground, lifting those hips up. Bringing it up, continuing to drive the hips and your energy up toward the ceiling. Now, if you're comfortable here and you want to go a little deeper, slowly walk your arms underneath toward the center of your back, interlacing your hands and taking it up just a little bit higher here. Couple more breaths. On your next exhalation, slowly bring your arms back to the side, gently roll down, and bring your knees to chest, giving them a gentle hug, taking a counter stretch here. Roll over to your side to press up to a seated position. Next, we are going to do a cow facing pose. So what that looks like, you're going to take one leg, cross it in front of you, take the opposite foot and cross it over. So both of my hips are on the ground, but my legs are crossed. Now, if you have a towel, this is the time that you want to have it nearby and grab it. Your arms essentially are going to reach back and interlock with your hand grip. That is incredibly difficult for most people, myself included. So you'll take that towel. I want you to just reach it up and then bend your elbow as if you were going to do a tricep extension here. Have that towel draping behind you. Now take your other arm, reach it down, grabbing a hold of the towel, and just walk your hands up toward each other and take that bind. If you can reach your hands and interlock them, go ahead and proceed to do so. We'll hold the pose here. On your next exhalation, release your bottom arm, bring it around, and then your top arm. Do a big shoulder roll, and let's change sides. So crossing the opposite foot over your leg in front, square yourself off, readjust so that both hips are on the ground. This time taking the towel in your left arm, lifting it up, take your tricep extension to start, and then reach around and walk your hands up toward the towel to bring them as close as you can, ultimately interlocking your hands together. On your next exhalation, release that bottom arm and the top arm. Let's do one more shoulder roll here. And then take your legs, you're gonna extend your left leg out in front of you, slightly at an angle. Take your right foot, the base of the foot is gonna press into the inside of your left thigh like this. You're gonna inhale up, interlace your hands, turn your torso so that your shoulders are square in line over your left leg, and stretch forward. Try to get your hands around the outside of your foot. If they only come to your knee or your shin, that is absolutely fine too. You can also hold on to a towel in this pose to reach this way and continue to pull yourself down. Inhale back up. Exhale, let's change sides. Bring the sole of the left foot into the inside of the right thigh. Inhale your arms up, interlace them. Turn your torso to square your shoulders over your leg and stretch forward. Ultimately, bringing your head, your forehead to your knee or to your shin. On your next exhalation, come up, take both feet out in front of you, do a quick little sit up back and sit up. Take your two index fingers here, loop them over your big toes. You're gonna scooch back. Again, you could do this with the towel over your feet if needed. Scooch it back, get off the fleshy part of your tush. Now sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, bend forward. We're gonna go for a deep seated forward bend here. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, arms to side. We're going to finish our practice with a seated spinal twist today. So you could either sit Indian style, or you can cross one leg over, whichever is comfortable. If your leg is crossed, just make sure both hips are on the ground. We're going to take our right arm, inhale it up, and as you exhale, bring that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Using your back hand as a kickstand to give you support so that you're sitting up and tall, rotating around one vertebrae at a time. Let your gaze be the last thing to follow along, looking at the back wall. Inhale back to center, give yourself a little counter stretch there, and then let's change legs. This time, inhale your left arm up. Exhale, rotate over, bringing the outside of the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Continue to twist, using that back hand as support to keep your spine nice and tall. You're lifting and twisting, rotating around. Very gentle on the spine. Unwind, give yourself a gentle twist, and come to a seated position. Let's take your arms, just place them out on the outside of your knees. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders. I just want you to focus on your breath. Inhale and exhale. Another breath in. And exhale. Stay present in the moment. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for your yoga practice today, and thank you for giving me the privilege and honor of leading all of your workouts for the past 3 weeks. This has been a great experience for me, and I am just so grateful that I've had an amazing group to lead and work with and continue to help motivate me so that I can continue to motivate and support you guys. If there is anything that you need after this challenge is done, you know how to reach me, direct message. If you want to continue workouts, please let me know. We can look at signing up for our next 21-day challenge. If you want to do more interactive workouts, I do have small group live personal training to where I can actually see you and help coach in live time on your own schedules. So definitely direct message me if you want to learn any more about those things. But you guys have been absolute rock stars, and I am just so humbled to have been your instructor for these past few weeks. Have an amazing rest of your Memorial Day weekend. You have 2 more days to stay active and stay healthy on your meal plans. Don't give up. You are almost there. We've got this. We're going to finish strong together. All right, everyone. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. See you later.